Welcome back to the Donny Rapture channel, where I always bring you fresh, never recycled body cam footage. Florida Fish and Wildlife officers were on vessel patrol near the Intracoastal Waterway when they observed a vessel traveling south from Cato's bridge. So they pulled it over to conduct a safety inspection.
Watch your head.
Watch your head.
In.
FWC State Police, we're stopping you to do a quick boating safety inspection, all right?
Okay.
Just put it in neutral?
That's what happens there.
Nope.
We'll pull them into you.
You have to run it through the center of the cleat, do it, and tie it off on ours. Herbie? Run it through the center of the cleat and tie it off.
What's it?
It's a rental boat, so
Okay.
the life vest, everything's lit up front here.
Understood.
Not the
Quick.
All right, Captain and Captain only, show me life jackets for everyone on board, Type 4 throwable, sound producing device, and fire extinguisher.
flares.
Is that the registration there?
Yeah, it should be up front here.
I think you just had it in your hand in that
Oh, in here?
case. All right, so I want the captain to get everything, all right?
We docked him over here, and then we moved up north a little bit as well. Yeah.
I think it's that paper, right?
Oh, right here?
Yep.
Okay. And you said life jackets and
Type 4 throwable, fire extinguisher, and sound producing device.
For those of you new to my content, or BUI investigations, the officer is asking the captain of the vessel to show him safety equipment. This not only serves as a safety inspection, but a preliminary field sobriety test, looking for any signs of impairment. The officer included in this report that the captain had glassy and bloodshot eyes, while also smelling alcoholic beverages emanating from the vessel, as well as seeing a trash bag full of empty alcoholic beverages. And lastly, the officer noted that the captain had trouble locating safety equipment on the vessel. But bear in mind, this is a rental.
Ready? Are you the last life vest or are you? Are we good in idle here, sir?
We're tied up to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. I think it's on the bow. Yeah. Sorry, we're kind of a mess.
On that 28. So you
And there might be some three. There's three
Dan,
right there.
this is 8.
Alright, so we got 1,
And we have 8. Is that a number?
3, 4, 3 right there, and yeah, 1, 7. So there's 8.
Good? Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna throw these back over. Yeah. And then last thing.
Sound producing device.
What's that?
Sound producing device, a bell, horn, or whistle.
Oh, yeah. And I apologize, it's a rental.
So it's a bell, horn, or whistle.
Oh. There's? I believe there's a
You had a whistle in your hand there in that box.
Really?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm not.
On the lanyard? All right. You're good.
Alright.
All right. All right. You're good. You can put that stuff away?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. You have anything to drink today?
No.
Zero?
Like, I had a little bit earlier before we left.
Okay, and what was that?
I had a beer.
Before you left the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mind throwing a life jacket on and coming out of my boat so I can check you out? Just secure that. Alright, come on over. You grab on there or grab your hand. Just have a seat there.
Yes, sir.
Right. You said you had one beer?
Yeah, I had a beer earlier.
Okay. And that was at your house?
Yep.
Okay. What time was that?
Probably like 11 before we left.
Okay. Do you know what time it is now?
About 3 roughly.
Okay. And what's your name? Please sit at the front edge of your seat. Put your arms down at your side. Place your feet shoulder width apart so you're comfortable and stable. Are you stable?
Not yet. Until you want me to do it now?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Are you stable?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do not move your feet until the tasks are over. Stay in this position and do not do anything else until I tell you to do so. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I'll be honest, my feet are very hot on this surface.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
Do you have shoes on the boat?
Yes, sir.
Want to throw your shoes over? You can put them on.
Those Birkenstocks are fine.
You can just chuck them in. You can put them on and then give.
All right, thank you.
Yep. I'm going to check your eyes. We're going to spin around first to get you out of the sun.
Yeah.
I'll explain to you what's going to happen. You're going to look at the tip of the pen here. Okay, with your eyes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
You said you want to spin around?
We're going to spin the boat. Okay, but
Okay.
so I'm just going
Yeah.
to explain to you what we're going to do when I start. Okay, so you're going to keep your eyes looking at the tip of the pen. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to move the pen. You're going to move your eyes only and not your head. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll tell you when we're going to start. We're going to spin the boat so the sun is out of your eyes.
Okay.
Where'd you rent the boat from?
A place called Feetwood Adventures
Okay.
up in Stewart, like Hutchinson Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're heading to Stewart right now?
Yeah.
Okay. You know Stewart's the other direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to drop them off in
Okay.
what is it? No, the park.
Okay. All right.
During the HGN test, the officer alleges to observe a lack of smooth pursuit in both eyes and distinct and sustained nystagmus at maximum deviation in both eyes, which is essentially this. But I think it's worth noting that the officer also wrote questionable onset of nystagmus prior to 45 degrees in both eyes. Faint and not marked, meaning that the shaking of the eyes was present before the test started. Kind of like Pruitt-Taylor-Vince. Although this may be a small detail, it's actually pretty important because we're going to be coming back to this later.
The next task is called finger to nose. Okay.
Okay.
Make a fist with both hands. Extend your index fingers and turn your palms upward like this. You can go ahead and do that now. Remain in this position while I explain the task. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
When I say begin, tilt your head back to about a 45-degree angle and close your eyes. When I tell you to touch the tip of your nose with the tip of your index finger, immediately return it to your side. When I say right, you must touch your right index finger to your nose. When I say left, you must touch your left index finger to your nose. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay guys, so I'm going to start tracking all the clues of impairment at the bottom of the screen. Every time the officer spots a clue of impairment, I'll put one little mug on the screen. Once the mugs start turning red, that's bad. That means that they're considered impaired. Alright, let's go.
Okay, begin. Left. And immediately return it to your side. Right. And immediately bring it to your side. Left. Bring your hand down. Right. Bring your hand down by yourself. Right. Bring your hand down by yourself. Left. Bring your hand down. Alright, you put your hands back at your side. Alright, next task is called the palm pat. You're going to place your hands palm to palm with one hand up and one hand down.
Okay.
So like this, parallel, you can do that right now, okay?
The next task the captain has to do is the palm pat. Here's a clip of what it looks like.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
And I just want to point out that this one looks pretty easy to do, but any more than 2 clues indicate impairment. So there's not a lot of wiggle room here.
Okay, begin.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Speed up.
2. Say gradually
Speed up.
faster.
Speed up, yep.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay. You're good. You can put your hands back at your side. The next task is called hand coordination.
The last test is the hand coordination test. And this one's a doozy. So here's another clip of the task being done properly by officers.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
The second task is to memorize the position of your fists after you've counted to 4. You're going to clap your hands 3 times and return your fists to the memorized position. Like this.
1, 2, 3.
Back in memorized position.
The third task is to move your fists in a step-like fashion in reverse, counting out loud from 5 to 8, and returning your left fist to your chest.
5, 6, 7, 8. Left fist is center of the chest.
The fourth task is to open your hands with palms down and place them on your lap. Do you understand?
All right, begin when you're comfortable.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Put your hands on yours.
I don't have a lot of faith in the seated field sobriety test. Although they may be scientifically proven to test one's cognitive function, it's got its flaws. The first one is not every person is sharp enough or has the attention span to perform them sober. And the second flaw, these tests are explained and administered by humans. All it takes is one officer poorly explaining through the instructions to completely doom the operator. Alright, so all the officers muted their cameras, so we have no idea of what's being discussed. But I'm gonna assume since this man didn't immediately cuff this man, he had his doubts about him being impaired. You'll note that the officer switches out with another officer, and he conducts another HDN test on the man, which is odd, considering the HDN test is pretty much a qualifier for all the other tests.
Have a second set of eyes on here, okay? So we do the eyes again. Alright? So for the purposes of this test, tip of the pen is the stimulus. Alright? So just keep your eyes on just the stimulus.
Are we gonna rotate the boat slow or is it?
He's gonna, well, yeah, George, if you can, tide's gonna be pulling us out. So pull us a little this way and then turn us around and then I'll go.
I'm fine with doing it either way. I'm just gonna little.
And he just wants to make absolutely sure. You know, we don't want to make any snap judgment on something like this, so that's why he's gonna have me check it as just a second set of eyes. Okay?
Absolutely.
Alright. So we'll let him go a little farther forward and then turn it around so this isn't in your eyes and then we'll go from there. You say you did have some drinks earlier today?
I did, yeah. I had a beer earlier.
One beer?
Yeah.
Okay. You know when you finished that?
Probably like 11:30.
Gotcha. Okay. What time did you guys get on the water today?
We got out at like noon. We had to pick them up, and then we've been out for a little while.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Follow the stimulus tip of my pen with just your eyes and just your eyes only, okay?
Yes, sir.
Considering that the officer is trying to figure out how long this man had consumed alcohol ago, and the 4 to 5 minutes he spent checking his eyes, I'd be willing to bet that this man had onset of nystagmus prior to 45 degrees in both eyes. Basically, this man could be stone cold sober and his eyes still jitter.
Boot off.
All right, I appreciate it. I wanted him to double check because all your tasks were close. Your eyes, however, weren't. Okay? Go ahead and stand up. Turn around. You're being placed under arrest for going under the influence of alcohol, okay? Is anyone else on the boat sober to drive or on the rental agreement or?
No.
All right, so he's being placed under arrest for operating a vessel under the influence of alcohol, okay? Okay. Who? Is anyone sober that can operate the vessel?
We just don't have loading license.
Okay. All right. That's no problem. It's a rental vessel, so we'll get you somewhere safe, and we'll have them come get it. Okay. And they'll drive you back to where it was. It might take a little bit, but we'll get that happening. Okay. As far as him, he's going to Palm Beach County Jail. You can talk to him right now. What do you want on the boat that's yours? Do you want a shirt? Do you have your wallet?
Yeah, I'll really do my phone, I guess.
You can bring it if you want. What we can do for you is, do you know a phone number by heart that you can call, or I can write a phone number in my notebook and they'll let you keep that in your pocket.
Hey, George.
We can't get any of you guys to drive this back or anything?
No.
No, unfortunately not.
Go with him.
No, we just called the rental company,
Okay.
and we're waiting to hear back. Most times they'll just come get the boat. So but we won't leave you stranded by any means. Well,
That's fine. We can take care of us. That's not an issue.
Yep.
We are just
Hey, George.
more worried about the boat than the actual people.
Why don't you stay with him? I'm going to have her climb over and get a second line on their boat.
so you can call FWC, our dispatch number. If you look up FWC dispatch, if you have any questions where he is or what's going on, feel free to call them, okay? Or feel free to call the Palm Beach Jail at Gun Club.
And who was the other person? Yeah.
What's it?
The Palm Beach Jail.
The Palm Beach Jail at Gun Club or our dispatch. If you need, I mean, they might not be able to do much for you, but they can at least tell you where we are and where he is and where the process is. Okay?
Say their boat. grab the dock on that end?
I appreciate you being respectful, and I appreciate your friends being
Sir,
respectful.
I completely understand. Like, be completely.
You're good, sir. You can go ahead.
Slight anger issues. Like,
No,
not
she's. I mean,
medicated, but she.
you should see some of the boats we pull over when we
got
arrest somebody. The whole boat's us up and down, and
My brother's a sheriff in Cato. I truly do respect what you guys are doing. I understand it. I was being transparent. Like,
Don't click off the video yet, guys, because I think you'll be very interested in how this ended. According to the report, the man was transported to the jail where he provided 2 breath samples, 0.040 and 0.041, which isn't legally impaired. But to justify this, the officer stated that it was nearly 2.5 hours since the initial encounter. When I went to look for the court records, I couldn't find anything, which leads me to believe this case was dismissed and expunged from the records. So good for this guy. I'd also like to add, I'm not slamming FWC in these videos. I've made countless videos of them keeping super drunk people off the water, but I do believe they need to reconsider how they conduct SFSTs on boat operators. Or just make drinking while driving on boats illegal. Anyways, I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, argue in my comments section, all the things. I'm gonna go play Fallout.